The blow came faster than anyone expected. A sharp, echoing strike that cracked through the hallway like a breaking branch. Private Alina Ward staggered, her crutch skidding across the waxed floor as she tried to catch her balance. The soldier who'd hit her, Corporal Ryland Pierce, stood over her with a twisted smirk. But the moment he saw the look in her eyes, something inside him faltered. He had no idea that in less than an hour the entire base would be turned upside down, or that a furious general was already on his way. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you were watching from. I love knowing who is listening. For a moment, the hallway froze. A few recruits gasped. Others looked away, unsure, uncomfortable, afraid to intervene. Elena's crutch clattered against the wall as she slowly pushed herself upright. Her leg brace locked with a soft metallic click, a reminder of the training accident that nearly ended her military dream before it began. She met Ryland's stare. Her eyes trembled, but her voice did not. "Why?" She whispered, not a plea, but a question soaked in disbelief. Ryland scoffed, though his jaw tightened. "You don't belong here. You're slowing us down." He expected her to shrink, to apologize, to disappear. But something inside her hardened. She steadied her breathing, feeling the cold air of the hallway coil around her like a warning. She'd spent months rebuilding her strength, inch by painful inch. She wouldn't break now. But she also couldn't shake the sting, not just of the hit, but of the humiliation pulsing beneath her skin. She gathered her crutch, pressing her palm against the worn grip. Ryland towered over her, crossing his arms. "You want to be a soldier?" he taunted. "Try standing on your own first." A murmur rippled through the hallway, the kind that grows from unease, not admiration. Elena swallowed hard. She wanted to scream, to strike back, to prove herself. But another voice rose in her mind, calmer, steadier. "Strength isn't the same as rage. Hold your ground. Don't sink to his level." Still doubt coiled through her chest. Maybe I am slowing them down. ... Maybe I shouldn't be here. She shook the thought away. No, I earned my place. Yet even as she steadied herself, Ryland leaned in again, this time with a low growl. "People like you get others killed." And those 6 words broke something inside her. The crowd shifted. A young recruit, barely 18, took a hesitant step forward as if to defend her. But Ryland shot him a look that froze him mid-breath. Known. From far down the hall, a voice rolled in like distant thunder. "Corporal Pierce." The recruit stiffened. Ryland straightened, though his face paled. Alina followed the echo just as a shadow filled the far doorway. Broad shoulders, steady stride, jaw set like stone. General Marcus Hale. He wasn't scheduled to be on base today. He wasn't supposed to be anywhere near this wing. And yet here he was, walking with the kind of silent fury that makes even the air feel heavier. Ryland's throat bobbed. "Sir." Marcus didn't even glance at him. His eyes were locked on Alina, the bruising on her cheek already blooming like dark ink. "What happened?" the general asked, his voice dangerously soft. The recruits exchanged glances. No one wanted to speak. No one dared. But Alina lifted her chin and met the general's gaze. "He struck me, sir," she said quietly. Ryland erupted. "She's lying." She lost her balance in enough. The single word cut sharper than any blade. General Hale stepped closer. The corridor fell silent, thick with tension. Alina could feel her hands shaking. Ryland's breathing hitched. Every recruit watched, their eyes wide, waiting for the first drop of the storm. Hale finally turned to Ryland, his stare cold enough to freeze steel. "You hit a disabled recruit." It was a misunderstanding. You hit a soldier under my command," Hal corrected, his voice drilled with authority. Ryland's posture crumbled. Sweat gathered at his collar. "Walk with me," Hale said, but it wasn't a request. They moved to the center of the hallway, where sunlight streamed through the high windows, catching particles of dust that danced like tiny fireflies in the air. Lena watched, heart pounding, unsure if justice or chaos would follow. The general didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. He spoke clearly, every word sharp, disciplined, and heavy. "This army is built on strength, yes, but not the kind you believe makes you superior. True strength protects. It doesn't prey." His gaze darkened. "You have disgraced the uniform." Ryland swallowed hard. "Sir, please." But Hale continued. You think she's slowing you down? You think she's weak? That brace she wears is a reminder of the sacrifices she's already made, something you clearly know nothing about. Alina blinked. She hadn't expected him to defend her, not like this. A hush fell as the general's next words echoed. Corporal Ryland Pierce, you are hereby removed from active platoon duty pending formal review. Effective immediately. Gasps erupted. Someone whispered, He's done. Another muttered, He deserves it. Ryland's face drained of color. Arrogance evaporated, replaced with raw panic. Sir, please, I can explain. Save it, Hale said, turning away. And then something unexpected happened. Hale stopped. Looked back at Alina. His voice softened. Private Ward, walk with me. She hesitated. Glancing at the recruits who'd watched everything, frozen between shame and admiration, her crutch clicked softly as she moved toward the general. When they reached the far end of the hall, Hale paused. Do not doubt your worth, he said gently. You've survived more than most soldiers ever will. Never let someone convince you that your scars are weaknesses. Her throat tightened. Thank you, sir. He nodded once, a gesture of respect she had never expected from a man of his stature. Behind them, the hallway slowly came alive again. Whispers, glances, a quiet understanding spreading through the crowd. They had witnessed something rare. Accountability, justice, and the courage of someone who refused to be broken. Lena released a long breath she hadn't realized she'd been holding. For the first time in weeks, she felt light, not because her burden was gone, but because she no longer carried it alone, because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. And somewhere in that long hallway, where dust danced in sunlight and fear had turned into courage, a broken moment finally began to heal. If you felt something in this story, share your thoughts and subscribe for more powerful stories from Whispered Words. Your support means the world.